Schools reopen, but learning is not certain. And this, of course, is a song that we have had sung many times before. But according to the KNUT Secretary General, Wilson Sossion, he says that there are some things that have not been fulfilled as per the agreement that they had with the government. And schools, as much as they're going to reopen this coming week, according to Sossion, the Secretary General, learning may not continue as usual. Let me start with you, Michael Agwanda, on this merry-go-round that has gone on for years.
Well, I don't know what Sossion is doing, but I think Sossion just wants to capture his position as a KNUT secretary again. Remember, just a few months ago, there were issues whether he was a legitimate Secretary General of KNUT or not, and actually his deputy came forth and alleged that he was actually the Secretary of KNUT. As the argument has been that now that he's in Parliament, they need to get somebody else to lead KNUT. KNUT in itself is having issues. I think just about 2 weeks ago when they were in Mombasa, the head sculpture was in Mombasa, there were issues of heckling and infighting that is there. As it says, I think KNUT is not having a very good leadership. But one thing I can say is it boils down to our children who are going to school this week. The worst that we can imagine of is that a Secretary General is saying, of KNUT is saying that the people will go to school, but the teachers might not be there.
Okay.
I mean, what a confusion. But on the other hand, KUPPET is saying, well, we are not party to this, and our teachers will be in school.
All right, Irungu Kangata, your thoughts on this? The government being accused of not having fulfilled a promise that they made ages ago, but of course, as usual, it's the learner that suffers.
Unions have a positive role in this country, but they also have a negative role, generally in all economies. And this is a manifestation of one of the main negative. Because when you look at the demands that KNUT is making, they are quite irrational. The demand concerning delocalization, to me, that's a positive demand. But when you start opposing appraisals, that is not good, it's very unfair, because everyone needs to be appraised, whether you are a teacher or not. Number two, Sossion has not followed certain procedures before calling for the boycott. You need to issue a 21-day notice. You need to have exhausted all mediation processes. He appears not to have done that. In my own view, I think he's played up that card with a view of endearing himself to the teaching fraternity. I suspect there must be some elections nearby, or he wants to entrench his position now that his position is quite tricky on account of being
But don't you feel that the teachers also have been, trying to negotiate this bargained agreement, which has not, been fully implemented? The government has said before that it will implement, but that has not happened.
No, they are not raising issues concerning money. I think the issue of money have been addressed, but most importantly, what Sossion is talking about is opposing three things. Number one, delocalization, which the government has agreed to suspend. He's also opposing what he's calling about appraisals. In my own opinion, no one should oppose appraisals. Everyone should be appraised. And I don't know what is that demand, but essentially, his main bone of contention as we speak is about appraisals.
Okay.
I think everyone must embrace that.
Bwana Weda,
yes.
Your thoughts on this protracted disagreement?
I think Sossion is going for the juggernaut before its own time, and playing around with the future of the young Kenyans over very, very minor things. Appraisals are necessary, and they do not have a major issue which has turned into a major problem that would call for the risks Sossion is talking about. But I think Sossion also, having gone to Parliament, appears to be lone-ranging in a way that is very, very, very dangerous. Dangerous for our students and dangerous for the teachers. I said here one time, long time ago, and I say now, if teachers keep on going on strike, we have so many graduates outside who are willing to take less salary, and they are graduate teachers, not just graduates. A time may come when we may just have to ask, who wants to take this much? Please come in. Those who don't want, let them go home. That is where we are going. There are enough graduate teachers outside waiting for this job. So Sossion should know that we cannot run a fragile country the way he wants. Strikes every time. We are going for exams. This is the time the children should concentrate, the teachers should concentrate. Then Sossion does not seem to care. It does not even care about the children. That's very heinous.
Absolutely. And of
Can
course...
I mention one point? Yesterday I had a discussion with a doctor. You know, the last time doctors went on strike, the effect was funny. They were added a lot of money. I think an entry doctor is now earning about net 190,000, which is positive, of course. But on the other hand, the government, as a result, stopped what they used to do, automatic employment of young doctors from the university. It was stopped because the government said, no, we can't afford to do that. So the effect is, those who are inside, they are benefiting. But what of those young graduates who are out there suffering? Whereas the population still wants to employ more doctors. There's a huge gap. So
it can have an effect where it benefits the few who are already employed.
It happens. The same way with the teaching fraternity. It is good, yes, we need to do good for those who are already in government. But what of so many young graduates who don't have employment opportunity, they are not unionized? What of them?
All right, and well, that's the story.